Good evening, my Out in Black users, my followers. I am very pleased, as I've said before, this is Out in Black episode 21. This is issue 20 of Mental Health Equal Health. And we're going to talk about a zealous advocate. Now, of course, this is going to be out of order. I mean, this mental health, equal health, I need to cover this about lawyers. And I am exacerbated. I just did not believe when this first happened, when Donald Trump went after law firms and some of them caved so quickly. I mean, it's like in ancient times when you're thrown into the arena of combat, the gladiators, and yes, lawyers, you chose to strap on a uniform, a belt, and put weapons on your side. Your weapon is the law. So it can be metaphorically said is a sword. Your law degree, I mean, I'm getting to this black folk sense because this is really, really confusing to me. How if you actually thought that being an advocate would you perceive somebody as more powerful than you cave without even taking one swing. I mean, I've been in a few situations in my life, but even in those situations, I took my swing. I did not just not fight back. And of course, in those situations, it deterred more violence. But you cannot just sit here, and I'm not advocating violence in any way. I'm not advocating that in any way. Let's not get it confused here. I'm not advocating violence. But as a lawyer, that's what you're doing. You can basically say practicing law is violence. It's violence of the mind, metaphorically. Violence in utilizing the law to swing and knock out your opponent, to defeat your opponent. I mean, and to me, what is amazing, how they say, I know the people always say they capitulated to Donald Trump, but I'm going to say it in a different way. It is mind-boggling to me that you would bow down to somebody holding a temporary title in a temporary position that basically, as I keep saying temporary, Donald J. Trump does not own the presidency of the United States of America. From what I've always felt in when someone has power, when someone wields that power, they wield it subtly. Subtle use, that's right. Let me get my pronunciation right. The subtle use of power. And the person respect that use because they know the person truly holds that power. That power is not fleeting. That power is not temporary. Someone has power, they hold that power. And even when they get out of those positions, let's say that they're no longer the CEO or the president of a company or the leader of a gang or group, they still hold reverence for the members of that group that they led. That's power. You don't have the power, Donald J. Trump. The presidency is not yours. I don't understand why these lawyers fell for that. That's why a lot of these lawyers are leaving these law firms, because they know those firms that capitulated to Donald J. Trump lost all credibility. They may as well shut their doors, burn that old name, and start with a new name. Tell this man, whoever ran and agreed to you with this contract, this person is the leader of this company, and this law firm is going out of business. You come after me now, I'm going to knock your head off. I'm speaking metaphorically. Don't have nobody come after me. Don't have nobody come investigate me. I'm talking about when you come after people, they have a right to defend themselves. So I just don't. Excuse me. Excuse me. I just don't understand how you running a law firm, you're supposed to be zealously advocating for your clients, and now you just put your clients under your broken wing. You think a bird that has a broken wing can fly? Let me tell you my idea on why the law firms caved in. They bent the knee. They kissed his ass, kissed Donald J. Trump's ass so quickly. Money. Plain and simple. When all you have are people around you and everything and anything and all things on their mind is money, what do you think their reasoning will be? What do you think their fear when they have someone or they perceive someone is going to take that money from them? They're going to think only about their money. It is as simple as that. That's why I always say, if you're going to have any organization, whether it's large or small, you need to have on your staff professionals in the field of the mental disciplines, philosophers, therapists, psychiatrists, mental health technicians. You need to have somebody school trained, well versed, meaning they worked in the field, they worked with people, they have years of experience under their belt in discerning the human condition, meaning the mind, the body, and the soul. They understand all those motivations. You need to have trained professionals on your staff, so when you come to them and say, I'm a philosopher, my training is in philosophy, I have a bachelor's in philosophy. If a lawyer came to me and said to me that day that Donald J. Trump are coming after me, I sit him out, I said, okay, how's he coming after you? Well, he said he's going to restrict all my access to government building. He's going to snatch up my contracts. He's going to just revoke my security clearances. He's going to say I cannot bid on any contract. I said, okay, does Donald Trump own the presidency? That's the first thing I would say. Does Donald Trump own the presidency? They said no. He's in the elected office now. I said, okay, sure, but that only lasts for 4 years. Okay, does he own the Constitution? Can he amend the Constitution to say that no one has the right to counsel, no one can defend themselves in court? No. I said, okay. Well, did Donald Trump tell anybody in America who they can hire as a lawyer that they need to come to him, and he'll tell them who the lawyers that are off limits because Donald Trump said these lawyers are off limits? He said no. I said, what are you coming to me for? Do you know what you need to do? I would talk just like that. But I talk to them like they're stupid. Don't come in my office again asking me stupid questions. You know what you need to do. I need to fight him? Yeah. How about that? Let's try that. Let's take his ass to court. How about that? I mean, the conversation just sounds just like in the military. I used to always tell my soldiers, let's say I was a fueler and I did something stupid and I blew up my fuel point, and I know I did a process or procedure that is against the regulation, and then the military investigators, they're going to come and ask me questions and say, well, Sergeant Mosley, did you do this correctly? I said, no. Well, Sergeant Mosley, did you, what told you to go outside of the regulations on how to handle such a situation involving fuel? Okay, no, I just thought I could on my own. Sergeant Mosley, why did you use incendiaries to help blow up the fuel point? Well, I thought it'd be the most expedient manner to get this fuel point ready. Hey, Sergeant Mosley, do me a favor. Stand up for me. Hey, you have anything in your pocket? I mean, give me your weapon. Where's your weapon? It's over there, sir. Okay, all right, good. All right, just turn around for me. Put your hands up in the air. Lean against that wall. So most you're under arrest according to UCMJ. I mean, that just common sense to me. How is it that I'm going to sit here and let somebody tell me to do something I know is against my rights, and then you behaving like you ain't got no rights? That's just some black folk sense. I mean, you just to talk. And yes, if you want to, if I ever been told to like that, and have I talked to someone like that? Yes, I have. You when it's a natural human thing to when you're attacked, all your reasoning shut down. That's why there's some people who have. I'm gonna get to the 4 powers in another podcast episode. Be patient. I'm catching up, but I'm just one person. Give me some time. I'm going to hopefully, as I grow, I'll be able to have a system so we can get this thing on a larger scale. But that's what people tell you. You can't just sit there and just allow people to attack you, and your mind just shuts down. It's basically what they did, because they looking at only one thing, looking at their money. They shut off their reasoning. And frankly, I mean, they're supposed to be lawyers. Lawyers supposed to always be reasoning. Their mind's always supposed to be questioning. Their mind's always supposed to be in a fight mode. You're a lawyer, for God's sake. Act like one. Anyway, that is it for me. I mean, I appreciate your time. This again was Mental Health Equal Health episode 20, issue 20. Out in Black episode 21. Thank you for your time.